This important interruption is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Protect your money and your identity. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code here to get ExpressVPN right now and save up to 73% on annual plans today. Right, let's get back into it. Good evening. Tonight I can expose that individuals who we believe to be human traffickers and illegal migrants may be earning thousands of pounds via social media platform TikTok to flaunt the fact that they're breaking into Britain. Some of these individuals are eligible to access TikTok's Creator Fund, which means that they can make money from posting videos, have paid subscribers, receive monetary gifts from people, and even do brand deals. Take this account, for example. He has 355,000 followers. People can even subscribe to him for £5.39 a month. Bargain, isn't it? He posts videos like this of young men in hotel rooms claiming that they have either made it to Britain or are about to get there. Some of his videos have got millions of views, which implies that he's making quite a lot of money out of it. This is another man, believed to be from Sudan, posting a video in what seems to be a British hotel room, saying that he has achieved his dream of coming to the UK.
Hey, yo, twin. All right. You love me now, but I wonder how long for. I'm not a believer in reincarnation, but...
He's even posted a video of English lessons that he's now receiving. So his account is a video diary of his journey across Europe, through Italy, France, and into the UK. As we know, many Sudanese illegal migrants are now claiming to be Christian, so that they can say that they face persecution back home. In fact, just today, the Archbishop of Canterbury said that the Church of England should continue baptising asylum seekers because they might not want to declare their faith until they get to Britain. More on that later. But that might be a bit tricky for this guy, as this video also appears on his profile.
والله خسران من ترك الصلاة والله ضائع من ترك الصلاة والله الذي لا إله غيره لا قيمة لمن ترك الصلاة.
Hiding it well, isn't he? He has the capacity to do live videos, which again means that TikTok allows him to receive monetary gifts on its platform, or at least that's certainly what we believe. Here is someone that we also believe is probably a human trafficker. He's been advertising his mobile number and posting videos of people making their way across the channel.
شوف هاي جماعة أنا فراد أبو حسين يا أخي أحلى تحية أبو حسين.
So again, this person has more than 10,000 followers, their page gets hundreds of thousands of views, and it seems likely, therefore, that he meets the criteria to be able to make money out of that. But this is another point. Their ability to do live videos means that they can essentially use TikTok and other outlets as well as an online consultancy business to help people get across the channel. There's one more for you here. This is a female. She posts videos like this.
خدم بحماك يا راعي الغيرة واللي ينخاك عرف تدبيره يا أمان الطف أمان.
She posts regular videos from the migrant camps in northern France and also does regular live videos. In fact, she was actually doing a live video today, which I logged on to, so there you go. But here's a video as well of a man filming himself in the back of a lorry, claiming to be on his way to Britain. Again, remarkably, people can subscribe to him for £2.69. I mean, why would you want to do that? Potentially because you also want to break into Britain. The news emerged today that French police are now stopping fewer boats than before Sir Keir Starmer did this so-called deal with the French. I mean, if we were serious as a country about protecting our borders, it would be a very, very easy job to set up a team of just a few people to get these accounts removed. They are easy to find. We find them every single day. And it will frustrate the British public that these people are breaking into Britain, that we give them a load of free stuff when they get here, but also that many of them appear to be making money by brazenly advertising what they're doing as well. Let's get thoughts. Every time you're online, your money and your identity are at risk. Scams now make up nearly 40% of all crime in the UK. That's thousands of attacks every single day. In Britain, someone has their identity stolen every 2 minutes, leaving victims with wrecked finances and years of stress. The threat is real, and you could be next. ExpressVPN is your shield against criminals. It locks down your devices, hiding your personal information and financial details from hackers, scammers, and anyone else looking to exploit you. So whether you're checking your bank, shopping, or just browsing, ExpressVPN makes you invisible to prying eyes trying to steal your money and your identity. ExpressVPN shields your data with military-grade AES 256 encryption. That's the same standard trusted by the US government to guard classified information. This is the highest level of online security you can get. So don't wait for disaster. Secure up to 14 devices at once and get powerful password protection. Real support is available 24/7 because cybercrime never sleeps. Save up to 73% on annual plans today. Every moment you hesitate is another moment you're exposed. Protect your money and protect your identity. Get ExpressVPN right now. Of my panel on this, we have the Director of Popular Conservatives, Mark Littlewood, Reform Councillor Jamie McIver, and broadcaster and journalist Nina Mishkov. Mark, I'll start with you. So, I mean, these people are basically taking us for mugs every which way, including, it would appear anyway, making money from advertising their break into Britain.
On the face of it, that seems accurate, doesn't it, Patrick? And you must be a bit furious, because I've looked up the numbers here. GB News has a turnover of about £50 million per annum. Right. The Home Office has a turnover of about £23 billion per annum. Right. And they don't have the side hustle of having to run a TV station all day, every day. You would have thought that if Border Force was looking into this, smashing the gangs would be pretty easy. You're doing it, you know, by getting this material together. What are Border Force doing? Now, on TikTok, which I've always been sceptical about, I think it is run essentially by the Chinese Communist Party, we need to consider legal action against them. If I don't know in which court we could possibly do that, and you wouldn't want to close down the entire platform in the same way that you wouldn't want to close down Royal Mail because there are some poison pen letters sent. However, if people are actually making money out of this illegal activity, why is it only you and GB News all over it, not Keir Starmer and his Border Force that I was told were going to smash the gangs? It's absolutely reprehensible.
I mean, I'm a little bit sick of continually finding these guys, especially the ones of human traffickers, where you post they've got their mobile phone number on there. They're literally just openly, brazenly using social media platforms to advertise their wares. You know, I'm sick of highlighting this and then getting the usual thing about like, oh, OK, we'll take it down. Well, why is it on us to do that? Why?
Well, I agree. And also, you know, the British people are sick and tired of this. You know, they've just got in from work, they've put the telly on, they're watching GB News, they've walked past homeless people on the streets of London, and then they watch videos like this and they see how we as a country are being made for fools. And, you know, the worst thing about it isn't that we're giving these people hotels and the dangers they present to our communities, is the fact they're basically becoming like Jet2 holidays online and almost advertising. It's like the advertisement without the Jess Glynn music. And it's becoming now, I think, an embarrassment for this country, not the government, for the country, because we are actually enabling this behaviour. And platforms need to be responsible, but actually what we should be doing is the government should be signing up to these subscriptions and tracking these people and arresting them before they get here.
Well, I mean, we've got things now like the Online Safety Act. So I was actually having a look at... I did a monologue a couple of weeks ago that was about an asylum centre in Wethersfield, former RAF base, and within that... It might have been on the show, actually. And within that, there was video evidence of people who had been in possession of weapons, and they were also defecating on the floor. It's quite disgusting stuff, but I thought it was important that the people at home saw that stuff. Due to the Online Safety Act, that was censored on social media. So on X, people couldn't watch it, so you couldn't know about potential violent terrorists who are now living in Britain. But apparently there's nothing to stop people advertising, breaking into Britain and then making money off it online.
Well, it's interesting you think we couldn't do anything at all with TikTok. TikTok, as Mark says, is probably run by the Chinese Communist government. You know, Trump himself is having difficulty dealing with TikTok. TikTok was banned initially when Trump first came into power, and they've delayed. He's obviously hoping to do some kind of financial deal with them. If he can make money out of something, whatever principles he's got are going to go out the window. But I've never had TikTok. You know, we were sent the videos, and I wasn't going to open it on my phone.
No.
I don't want TikTok on my phone, and I understand that the government and people who work for the government are not allowed to have TikTok on their phone. So it may be that they can't see it. Who knows? I mean, I know. So that's.
I mean, you would hope the National Crime Agency could, though.
Yes, absolutely.
That's surely the point. Look, maybe somehow brilliantly Border Force are doing this all behind the scenes. But at the moment, I'm unbelievably perplexed that the data gathering exercise, let alone what legal action you take against TikTok, seems to be being carried out by you, Patrick, and GB News, not by the Home Office. So why am I not getting a running update from the Home Secretary and the head of Border Force on exactly finding these? And so we've had another 20, and we've closed them down, or we've managed to catch 18 of them. None of this appears to be happening. If it is happening, they are certainly not telling us anything about it.
But the thing is, it's not just TikTok, is it? I think we should be fair here. It's happening across all social media platforms. This is going to be happening on Snapchat, on Facebook, on Instagram, on dating apps. That's what worries me, especially when they arrive here. So I think that this is a broader issue, that these unvetted men are all over social media. Forget the advertisement. They are actually accessing potentially vulnerable British people
make it easy for them
by doing so.
to find them.
But why is it? Why is it that somebody in the Home Office or in the Intelligence Service isn't able to just follow these people themselves?
Go on, Nina, yeah.
I was going to say, social media is the modern form of communication. Why would we be surprised that they're not using it? Of course they're using it. Everybody else in the world is using it.
What surprises me, though, is as people would imagine, and I'm not trying to be unfair to our security services here, because they have a huge amount on, and they're also dealing with a load of other things that are non-channel migrant related, things like paedophile rings and all of that stuff that also use various different social media platforms. So I'm not trying to be unfair to them. But what happens here quite a bit, because we've done a few different exposés, whether it was targeting directly human traffickers or this, is quite often we'll get told, oh, sorry, can you not report that particular one? And then they'll just take that account down and ask not to report it. And I think, well, hang on a minute, that account was running for a year or more with impunity and has been seemingly bringing people across the channel with impunity for that length of time. And if you are honestly asking me to believe that us reporting on that account at this moment in time will be the key that unlocks you finally smashing the gangs, I find that ridiculous.
Yes.
We've got record numbers coming in, and I do wonder if sometimes they just don't want this stuff reported.
It smells like that, doesn't it, Patrick? I mean, I suppose if you were to be kind, you can imagine a situation in which they deliberately haven't closed the account. The information coming in from it is hugely useful to the security services. They are just on the cusp of catching the baddies. Just about. But again, why isn't there reporting of this at the end of it? So why aren't Border Force or the Home Secretary saying, good news, we've gone through another 148 accounts. We haven't managed to mop it all up, but we have closed down 110 of them. We've now caught 50 or 60 people. We've identified another dozen. You only hear about this on the media. You don't hear about it the dispatch box in the House of Commons. Why?
This comes down to the fact that border control is run by the Home Office. The Home Office has been institutionally hopeless for 20 years, if not longer, and it hasn't changed yet. Shabana Mahmood, who is a strong woman, is trying to do her best, as far as I understand. She's going, to Denmark, looking at the system they've got, which is far stricter than us, and might have some good ideas. But you can't grasp every bit of the men.
This is the number one thing the British people want sorted. Like, I don't understand. I get your point about Home Office entirely. I do, and I don't disagree at all. But for goodness sake, this is the one thing the British people want sorted, and it is a gift to you, these social media sites. It is making their job easier, and yet they still can't grasp it. That's what I can't understand.
Yeah, and I just think as well, just to round this off, it is hard to overstate how important the use of social media is to human traffickers and to the illegal immigrants. So when they want to find someone who can bring them across the channel, or even before that, further upstream, get them across multiple different countries, provide them with fake documents, show them routes, give them any information that they need, their first port of call is to go on social media. So for all this talk about smashing the gangs, for all this talk about getting the French to not turn the boats back in the water, or we'll send one migrant back to France and he'll probably come back again in a week, as has happened twice now, really a core pillar of that should be smashing the social media outlets for allowing them to do this content, but also disrupting that as much as possible. It's hard to overstate how important that is, and I find it incredibly frustrating, and I'm sure many of our viewers and listeners do as well, that it seems like not a lot is being done there. But we will move ourselves on now, because we've gone to the National Crime Agency, obviously, and a spokesperson told GB News the NCA has worked with social media companies to have more than 25,000 posts, pages or accounts advertising organised immigration crime services removed. However, we are clear the industry urgently needs to work with us and do more to prevent their platforms being exploited by organised criminals. They have a responsibility to do so, and we have ongoing positive engagement with them. The Home Office has been on. They said we are cracking down on brazen social media advertising and introducing an offence that criminalises the online promotion of unlawful immigration services. Alongside the NCA, we are working with major social media companies to rapidly remove online adverts promoting dangerous small boats crossings. We also went to TikTok. They say that, as stated in our community guidelines, we do not allow content which displays or promotes human trafficking and smuggling, including facilitating or coordinating human smuggling acts and services, and have banned accounts which breach this. In March 2023, TikTok launched a number of search interventions to alert our community to the risks of human smuggling and trafficking, and to help them make informed choices. The UK government recommended this to be adopted as an industry-wide approach, and they say that they also are looking at keywords and phrases and images, etc., of this kind of stuff. And TikTok was one of the few companies that agreed to do a partnership between the government and social media companies tackling the people smuggling gangs. Right, well,